So I've been inspired by these artworks that are made using a piece of driftwood that has a crocheted hanging element to it, so sea life that is hanging from a piece of driftwood, and that is what is inspiring me at the moment. So that's what I'm planning to do for my wall hanging idea. So this is my piece of driftwood, and I've got knitting that I've put together be hanging from the piece of driftwood, which I've also drilled holes in to attach both the knitting to it and to attach this to the wall so we can hang it. Okay, so I've been working on the driftwood hanging, and this is how far I've gotten so far. I just need to continue to attach this along the top. I've also added a hook which will hopefully help keep it weighted and hanging down. And I've been adding little bits of seaweed, well, crocheted seaweed, in the same colour as the background. So I'll continue with that. I've attached the knitting to the driftwood, and this is how it's looking right now. I'm going to put more hooks on the bottom here. You can see there's holes through the hook, and I can attach fish to that, hopefully. So now I've made my driftwood attached to my knitted bit. I'm going to attach, I've drilled holes in these little pieces of wood and I painted them, and I'm going to attach them using some of my recycled dismantled rope. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next. I have been drilling lots of seashells, and these are also going to be attached. So I've put on little post-it notes and pinned them on so that I know where I'm going to be sewing shells and where I'm going to be leaving spaces to put these. I'm now also going to start painting fish on these little tiles. So that's how it's looking right now. I've already started sewing on some of the little shells. Okay, so I've been painting the fish onto the little pieces of wood. We've got a seahorse, crab, copper band butterfly fish, and a Moorish idol threadfin. And I've written what they are mostly on the backs, even though nobody will ever see the backs because they're going to be sewn onto the knitted work. These are the ones I've got so far, and still works in progress. Okay, so I have added the shells here, and I have made up the individual pieces that are going to go on here. That they're all going to go in different places on here. I have painted all my little sea creatures, and now I'm gonna sew all of these on using the recycled rope that I've been using to sew them. Yeah. So this is the thread rope I've been using, dismantled, and sewing it with a sewing needle like that, or a crochet hook to hold them on. But this is going to use a sewing needle because it's going to have to go through these little tiny holes that I've drilled through the bits of wood. I quite like the way that this is combining my craft with this kind of drilling holes through shells, which is something I love to do, with traditional painting, you know, like these. So it's very, I love how it combines so many different mediums, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to sew these on now.
I was angry, and then I realized I was pregnant, and I didn't know who the father was. It was too much. So I vanished. It was easy. Disappear, then confront the truth. Then Bruno started asking who his father was, and I didn't have the answers. So I couldn't tell him. Sounds like they have all moved on. You're the only one still holding on to the past. It's not as simple as that.
So this is how it's going. This one, this one, this one, and this one are all attached on. Now I've sewn on all of the individual tiles. So I have sewn on the hooks, and I have added to the top a rope to hang it from. So it just hangs up like that, quite simply.